there's a truth no one has told you until now. Today, I will talk to you about 7 habits that wealthy people never engage in and consciously avoid. These habits may seem ordinary, but in the long run, they have a significant impact on our financial and personal success. Some may surprise you, but let me tell you upfront, each of these points is backed by scientific research. If you're ready, let's begin and discover those small yet effective obstacles we're unaware of. Those who don't take action without immediate money. Now, I'll tell you a phrase you use daily that kills your inner potential. I have no money. Many people have great ideas, but stumble at the first hurdle. I have no money. This phrase is one of the most common excuses that block potential. However, people who truly make a difference in the business world act first when they see an idea. Financing is often found along the journey. For individuals with a wealthy mindset, money is not a starting condition, but a result. What matters to them is the power of the idea. Their desire to bring the idea to life is so strong that they become creative in generating the necessary resources. This could involve finding investors, forming partnerships, using barter systems, or simply starting with zero cost. If you don't believe me, here's an interesting example. When Airbnb's founders first launched the company, they had no investment money. They earned their initial income by selling themed breakfast cereals mocking politicians. With this temporary product, they made $30,000 and began to grow their business. So, they had the idea first, then found the money. A poor mindset, I have no money, is a final sentence. However, entrepreneurship is the art of finding solutions despite a lack of resources. Remember, the first step taken with courage often opens doors. I used this excuse myself when starting this YouTube channel, but one day I realized that what I lacked wasn't money, but the desire to work for my own dream. After several failed YouTube channel attempts with a 10-year-old laptop, here I am, and you're watching this video. Your idea is more important than the money in your pocket because the right idea, acted upon at the right time, paves its own way. What about you? Have you ever postponed a dream due to lack of money? Write in the comments. Maybe your story will inspire someone else. Believing that selling time will make you rich. I'm here with the biggest lie we've been taught since childhood. The more I work, the more I earn. This sentence may sound logical, but in the long run, it won't lead you to financial freedom. Working for an hourly wage allows you to receive immediate compensation for your labor, but confines you to a limited income model over time. Wealth is achieved not by selling time, but by multiplying it. Wealthy individuals use their systems, not their time, to increase their income. They seek ways to earn money even when they're not working. They diversify their income sources through automation, digital products, investment income, content systems, or delegation to teams. We all dream of creating passive income. For me, it's this YouTube channel, but I'm curious about yours. What's your passive income idea? Mention it in the comments, and let's discuss it. When I first heard Warren Buffett's words, they deeply impacted my life. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. This isn't just a saying. At 14, Buffett turned the money he earned from delivering newspapers into an investment fund, and by the age of 30, he was a millionaire due to his systematic investment habits. No one has become rich solely by working hourly. A poor mindset believes that selling time will lead somewhere. But as you can see around you, this only means working more and getting more tired. The truth is, time doesn't bring money. Systems do. Freedom begins when you stop working hourly and start building systems. Seeking satisfaction through consumption. Our next bad habit is, in my opinion, the worst among them. Have you ever seen someone say, "I'll do some shopping to feel better," when they're feeling down? Or maybe you've felt that way yourself. This behavior stems from a common mental pattern, the desire to find satisfaction through consumption. In a poor mindset, consumption is more of a consolation tool than a necessity. Everything purchased serves the role of making one feel good, even if temporarily. Individuals with a wealthy mindset see shopping as a means, not an end. For them, spending is a strategic choice, not an emotional reaction. They know that unnecessary expenses bring both financial and psychological burdens in the long run. Research shows that the effect of shopping that provides instant gratification lasts only about 20 minutes on average. Yes, the excitement of opening that new pair of shoes or phone box fades quickly. Then, most people return to a similar feeling of emptiness. This cycle becomes one of the most common traps that unknowingly undermine financial freedom. Wealthy individuals reverse this cycle. They spend money not to satisfy emotions but to create value. Spending on knowledge, experience, health, and production nourishes them. The phrase, "Don't use your emotions to spend. Use them to create value," perfectly summarizes this difference. Are you someone who only talks about money? You've probably noticed people who constantly talk about money in social settings. Their conversations revolve around how much they earn, what they spend on, and how much they've saved. His approach is especially common among individuals with a poor mindset because talking about money is perceived as a sign of success. However, poverty shouts, wealth whispers. True success isn't determined by how much money you make, but by how you earn it and its sustainability. People with a wealthy mindset discuss the processes that bring money, not money itself. Their conversations focus on knowledge, strategy, business models, new technologies, or networking. They know that money is a natural result of these topics. When an idea combines with the right timing and an effective network, money follows naturally. So, in your conversations, do you usually engage in daily small talk, or do you discuss information that will lead you to success? Now, you might say, "Come on, are we supposed to talk about such things all the time?" But a study found that 79% of millionaires discuss strategic topics, not financial ones, in 80% of their weekly conversations. So, for them, money is a result, not the main agenda item. This pushes them to think systemically rather than being money-focused. Money follows the topics you discuss, not you. This sentence clearly reveals what you're focusing on. If you're constantly talking only about money, you might be missing out on the things that actually bring it. Fearing risk and staying in the comfort zone. In my opinion, this is the most challenging habit on the list because people often think, as long as it's safe, I don't want anything bad to happen. Does that sentence sound familiar to you too? Most people prefer to stay in their comfort zone because it's familiar, because it's safe. But unfortunately, it's also the place where growth doesn't occur, and change isn't possible. If you put a shark in an aquarium, it can only grow as large as the aquarium allows. A poor mindset sees uncertainty as the enemy. It either ignores risks or completely runs away from them. A wealthy mindset doesn't avoid risk, it analyzes, manages, and transforms it into opportunity. For them, uncertainty isn't a threat, but a space full of potential. Because they know that growth always occurs where there is discomfort. The comfort zone may feel safe, but it keeps you far from your true potential. Staying in the comfort zone is slow suicide. This statement is even backed by research from Stanford University. According to the study, long-term job satisfaction was observed to be higher not in those with secure careers, but in those who took risks and followed their passions. So, risk isn't just a chance of loss, it's also a chance for fulfillment. Wealth is hidden in every step taken outside the comfort zone. This quote might explain why every step toward success feels a little frightening, because real opportunities lie just beyond what we know and are used to. When was the last time you stepped out of your comfort zone? Share a moment where you took a risk and gained or lost something in the comments. Your courage might just inspire someone else, trying to do everything yourself. Perfectionists often say, "If I do it myself, it will be better." This mindset is one of the most frequently repeated phrases in a poor mindset. The desire to control everything may seem meticulous at first, but in the long run, it creates a significant limitation. Doing everything alone consumes your time and energy. Worst of all, it confines you to a structure that can only grow as much as your own capacity. People with a wealthy mindset avoid this trap. They know that success is not achieved alone, but through processes carried out with the right people. Delegation not only reduces workload, but also saves time and encourages you to focus on areas where you are strongest. An interesting data point, a study by Harvard Business Review, revealed that successful CEOs allocate 80% of their time to strategic decisions and team management. They delegate the remaining tasks or solve them through automation systems. They understand that earnings increase not just by working hard, but by working smart and collaborating. The belief of, "If I do it, it will be done," in a poor mindset leads to exhaustion, not development. However, teamwork is the key to expanding your vision. Divide the load, multiply the gain. Wealth is not only about income, but also about saving time and energy, rejecting change by saying, "That's just how I am," and we've come to the most detrimental habit one can have, belittling oneself. One of the most invisible yet powerful obstacles in life is trapping oneself in a fixed identity. Phrases like, "That's just how I am," "I can't change at this age," or "That's my character," "Nothing can be done," unknowingly turn into walls that hinder growth. This is the most dangerous aspect of a poor mindset, rejecting change. Individuals with a wealthy mindset, on the other hand, strive to create a new version of themselves every day. For them, development is not a goal but a lifestyle. They constantly learn, question, and are not afraid to rebuild themselves. They know that success is not about being ashamed of your past self, but about having the courage to reach your future self. What about you? What was the last trait you decided to change? Write courageously in the comments, and let's support each other. This channel was established for us to grow together. Even experts say that the concept of brain plasticity, scientifically, proves that our brains have the capacity to change and develop throughout life. This means even our personality patterns can change, as long as we choose to change. But the first step to change is self-awareness. Looking at yourself honestly requires courage, but this courage is what sets you apart from others. A wealthy mindset knows this and strives to surpass their previous version every new day. What about you? Are you still limiting yourself by saying, "That's just how I am"? Or are you taking small steps toward change? Write in the comments. Maybe your story will inspire someone else to change. Which of these 7 habits affected you the most? Or which one had you not noticed before? Write in the comments, and let's discuss together. Maybe your story will inspire someone else. By liking this video, you can help more people awaken. And if you want to walk the path of financial independence, don't forget to subscribe. Remember, poverty is not permanent. Habits can be changed.